So we've had 3 rounds of the Six Nations. Let's have a little bit of fun and talk about some predictions and possible permutations of the final 2 rounds and how France could blow this whole tournament wide open. So welcome to this video supported by Sports News Blitz, and also a little reminder of a free giveaway I had for artwork like behind me from Blair Skivington. He said he'd give a subscriber a free piece of rugby artwork, or indeed football, basketball if that's your sort of thing, but I'm guessing rugby. Just click on the link down below. It's going to be a free draw at the end of the tournament. So let's have a look at the table. This is how it stands. Ireland, 3 from 3 of course, 14 points. France 11, England 10, Scotland 6, Italy 4 and Wales the solitary point. So to me the showpiece of round 4 is Ireland versus France. Ireland the only team that can get that Grand Slam of course, but France can spoil it. The Le Crunch, I mean they were punished for their dropsies against England, so they'll be desperate to turn it around. We know they put on the style and power against Italy. Those big forwards like Gouliard, Taurififanua just bumping and offloading. But can they do that against Ireland? That is a different kettle of fish. I wonder if they'll play some of those younger players like Leo Barry, who was just phenomenal against Italy. Now, we discussed in the last video that France don't play a lot of complicated shapes in attack like Ireland do. They're very much a bit more off the cuff, offloading, attacking however they see the problems, especially running off 9. And Ireland can often be the polar opposite, where they run through loads of pre-rehearsed attacking shapes and eventually they wear the opposition down with great execution. So it's a brilliant one set up for sure. The big positive for Ireland is they're at home. It's going to help. It's going to be a belter. Ireland got rattled by Wales, by their intensity. So France can definitely look at that and think they can do something the same and probably better. If Ireland win, though, you'd put them odds on to clean up against Italy, take the Grand Slam. So round 4, I think that's the decider. And if France wins, it blows the whole thing wide open. And as a neutral or someone who's not an Ireland supporter, that's the drama we want to see on Super Saturday. So predictions and permutations wise, let's go for this exciting option where France get the win. They score 4 tries, they get 5 points, and Ireland also get very close. Maybe they score bonus points on the try as well. I don't know. So it's 1 to Ireland, 5 to France, because that's what's going to take it into that Super Saturday with really everything on the line. In round 4, Scotland versus Wales. Scotland are going to be hurting badly. You know, they'll have seen it as throwing it away against England, throwing away those 5 Calcutta Cups in a row. They thought they'd played well enough, I think, if they'd executed a bit better at times, if Finn Russell had kicked his kicks, etc., etc. What ifs? But they're going to be hurting badly, and it's very possible that Wales get a really hyped up Scotland at home. But conversely, Wales are going to be buoyed by their performance against Ireland, despite losing. They travel to Scotland, nothing to lose again, and often Wales perform the best when they are the underdogs. And if the weather helps, it could well be a tri-fest, with Scotland really going for those bonus point wins, with Scotland moving the ball around like they normally do. And if Wales carry on as they did against Ireland, we expect them to move the ball around all over the place as well. So it could be a really entertaining game. So let's say that it is a bonus point win for Scotland, but Wales keep it close and they get 1 bonus point in defeat. Then finally, England versus Italy. England, a very interesting case where we're not really sure how Borthwick is going to set his team up, because against France, they moved the ball a fair bit. Then in the last match against Scotland, they shut up shop and they kicked it and they barely passed it at all. And the team he picks doesn't really tell you what he's going to do, because he picked a running team against Scotland and played a kicking game. So we'll see. Now, he may go all pragmatic and kicking again, but I fancy he's going to play a bit more expansive against Italy. At home, they're going to fancy dominating them up front, so they're probably going to test them in the maul, in the scrum first of all, and then open up maybe as the game goes on. So it might not start an absolute try-fest, but I think we are going to get a fair few tries. So I'm going to say England get their 4 tries, and unfortunately I think Italy may get nothing out of this game, and they've never beaten England before, so I think that could be how it is. So those are the points as it stands. That would have France on 16 points, Ireland on 15, England on 15, Scotland on 11, Italy 4, Wales 2. And if things did turn out like that, this is how the table would be going into Super Saturday. France 16, Ireland 15, England 15, Scotland 11, and Italy and Wales there at the bottom. But Scotland could still win it. It's all up for grabs. If Scotland got a bonus point, they'd be equal with France, say, if France won. But France, Ireland and England, they're not playing each other, so they could all conceivably lose. It's unlikely, but it could happen, and Scotland could take the title with a bonus point win and a big swing in points difference. So it could happen, and that would be a tasty Super Saturday. So even though Scotland could win it, maybe a slightly more likely outcome would be Italy get 0, Ireland 5 in the first game. Even though Italy are at home, you expect the Emerald Green Borg to assimilate them fairly easily and then pop up to 20 points. Now, they are still catchable by France and England. Then in the second game, you have Wales versus England, which is going to be amazing. You know, Wales would give everything to have one up over England. So let's say it's a perfect clash. England score 4 tries, but Wales score 4 as well, and it's really close at the end. So it's 2 points to 5 points. So that would mean before the final game, Ireland and England are both on 20 points, and that would be separated by points difference. And then the final game, it's still all up in the air. France, if they get a bonus point victory, they win the whole thing. But let's say they don't, but they beat Scotland. They don't score 4 tries, they score 3, say. Scotland get close, and it is 4 points to 1 point. So if that was the case, then France would also finish on 20 points. So you'd have a 3-way split for the title going down to points difference. So that would be a lot of fun. That would be exciting for sure, but I'm sure Ireland fans would want them to get it finished against France in round 4. But what do you think is going to happen in the final 2 rounds of the Six Nations? It's a bit of fun, but I'd love to know what you think down below. Do like, do subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.